Hello beautiful people, hi, how are you doing? It's your girl Kana, and I hope that you have been well. I have been good, busy but good, yes. And sorry that I have not been as active because yeah, I have had a lot of things going on, places to be. So right now I have finally gotten to the time to address the other issue. Recently I made a video of when I was in Botanical Gardens, yes, and I think it was on Sunday. I went to Botanical Gardens and I was with a close friend of mine, and like I said in the video that he was my bodyguard. Well, true, he is a good friend of mine, but at that moment he was like acting as my bodyguard when I was at Botanical Gardens. Well, for a lot of people were asking questions. They were like, oh, is Uganda not safe? Oh, why do you need a bodyguard? Oh, why this, why that? So finally I'm going to address that issue because like it's I had tried to like ignore it and everything, but then I thought about it and I'm like, I think this is the time. Like, when will we get the other time to literally address something like this? So yes, I do. I was with that friend of mine, and he was acting as my bodyguard in Botanical Gardens. If you ask me and be like, oh, is Uganda not safe? Well, if I told you, if sorry, as I'm this old and I'm short, so just imagine how short I was at 14. Anyways, so this guy was passing by me, and I guess they got other ideas. In fact, I was going down, he was going up on the bicycle, and then I passed by him. I remember it as if it was yesterday. He literally stops his bike, looks at me, and I think he gets ideas, you get me? So he starts following me. The place was secluded, nobody was passing by there. In fact, the people who had passed by me like some time back, and nobody was passing by there and everything, and nobody is there, you get me? And so this guy literally gets close to me, stops his bike, and I didn't think anything bad at the moment. I was like, okay, hello, you get me? I was like, hello, and he looks at me like this, and then no word, no nothing, grabs a hold of my hand with so much strength. I'm like, what is happening? What I never imagined that something like that could happen. Anyways, grabs a hold of my hand, gets off his bike, literally the bike is thrown somewhere, and starts dragging me to a more secluded place, you get me, from the road to corners and everything. Literally starts rubbing himself on me and everything. So I was very traumatized by that, and fortunately a boy, in fact he was a boy, and I remember he was one of the people who had passed by me like some time back when he was going up, and I think it was literally God at that moment who helped me out, because when I do get scared, I literally just freeze. I am that kind of person who, if I do get scared, I freeze. No sound, no nothing, I just freeze. Yes, so I was frozen. I'm like, my mind is racing a million miles a second, like I was scared. And this guy is literally using his power on me and everything, and well, this boy comes around and he literally looks at us, stops, looks at us, and I said, oh my God, thank God. I was like, boy, help me. And he said, oh my God, thank God. I was like, boy, help me. And he said, let me go call like some people. There are some men up there, let me go call them. And when this guy had that, I guess he got scared and let me go and he went his ways, he got his bike, went his ways. And from that moment, I was I was never the same again. Like I got scared of secluded places. I got scared of like going out as a whole. I was in my house for like some time. Yes. And the issue is, this is where it brings us back to people not talking. At first I was scared, and I was like, I did not say anything, you get me? So if somebody tried, so this brings me to thinking that if somebody did try to like sexually assault me and I never said anything about it, and I said afterwards, you get me, I said after some time I talked about it with my mother, and what is happening out there, it brings me to think that what is happening out there, I am pretty sure that people are being sexually assaulted in Uganda. Women are being sexually assaulted in Uganda, and they are not coming out to talk about it for some unknown reason. Maybe some are scared, maybe some do not want to face the judgment that comes with sexual assault and everything. Maybe some don't know how to do it, you get me, how to speak up. And this brings me to the topic. Well, I before that thing happened to me, I always thought that, oh, what is the big fuss about rape, you get me? What is really the big fuss about rape? I thought that it's literally just sex, it's the same, you get me? It's sex. So that is what I thought. And until it happened to me, that is when I knew that really consent is a very, very important thing. And just that happening, it changed a lot of things in my life. It changed the way I thought. It changed some actions for like some months. My actions changed, pushed me to make some decisions that I sometimes wish I had never made. But so anyways, as I was saying, well, rape and sexual assault is literally not the same as sex. It is something so big and so scary and so traumatizing that it sometimes cripples somebody, you get me? And for times with me, after that attempt, I was afraid of going to places that didn't have a lot of people, not just one person, but a lot of people. And I couldn't pass through some roads, I couldn't get close to people, you get me? Because I was like, no, you might touch me. I got repulsed by touch. So I have just gotten back to learning for like my body to accept people touching it, like no matter who you are, be it friend, woman, man, whatever you are, don't touch me. That is the one word that I have been using for like some years. I was like always, no, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. And if somebody were to hold my hand like this, I would freeze, because it would just push me back to the past. And yes, and surprisingly, the guy was in my neighborhood. I could see him sometimes passing by me, and every single time he passed by me, looked at me right in the eyes, and I would freeze. I would be so scared, and I still did not get to the point of literally reporting it, because I thought in my mind, what is the police going to do? I don't have any evidence to show anything, you get me? So what are they going to do about it? So really, I do think and I do believe that yes, sexual assault is happening in Uganda. People are being raped, people are being sexually assaulted by other human beings, and it's not being reported. And that is why on news, on everything that you see, there are no reports of sexual assault, but it's happening. there have been so many incidents, you get me. That was my most traumatizing incident. But then I can remember sometimes when I was so much younger, you get me, some clips of people trying to sexualize, you get me. I don't want to literally go into details because like men, grown-ups in fact, trying to sexualize me. But at the end of the day, I never, because I was so young, I didn't know what was really going on, and it did not go like far or anything like that. But yeah, I remember there was some touch that was not supposed to be happening. But anyways, yes, that is one of the reasons I had a bodyguard to literally go into botanical gardens, because I cannot go to, it's not botanical gardens alone, I really cannot go to secluded places alone. And yeah, that led me to like being so cautious of my environment, the people who approach me, you get me. I'm very anxious about like how you approach me. The moment I feel any kinds of creeps from a person, I am not there. Literally, I am not there. If I have to run, I run. Yes, if I have to do everything, I do everything to literally get away from a space that is creepy and not safe. If I don't feel safe, I never go to places, or I never get close to people who I don't feel safe with. And that is why in botanical gardens I went with a friend of mine, and he was acting as a bodyguard, because even being in there, like, people are always sexualizing. I don't know for other people, but for me, when I get out of the house, yes, people are being very sexual. And it's not the best thing like to feel, because who wants to be sexualized by people every single time? I see grown up men, like old men who are married, stopping their cars just to say something obscene, you get me, just to say something obscene because they can. And yes, it's happening in Uganda. So I would advise people, be safe no matter what you do. Like, true, the gardens are good, they are beautiful, but I do not advise anybody to go in there alone, because the world it got ugly for me once upon a time, and I learned my lesson. So I never go to places that are closed off with people. I never go to I never get close to people I feel unsafe with. I never get too close to people I suspect of anything. Like, anything, you give me one vibe like this, I don't need you to give me the second vibe. I am out of there. I am literally just keeping my distance. And places, I still cannot go to secluded places. I still cannot go to places that I find quiet. I still cannot go to places that don't have a lot of people. So yes, that is why I needed a bodyguard. And one of the same reasons that I am I'm not like, I have so many places to show you. Entebbe has so many places right now for people who want, like, for me to go to other regions. Well, be patient. Patience is a virtue, loves. And well, I will go to other regions. I will, in Jesus' name. I will go to even other countries. But right now I can't, because of everything that it needs to literally go to other places. First of all, it's expensive, if you did not know that. And yeah, I need to be very prepared for that. And but right now in Entebbe, there are still so many places that we can go to that I can show you. Uh, yeah, but a lot of them I will still need to go with somebody because yes, a lot of like some of them are secluded, safe, but I don't want to tempt anything. I don't want to fall into anything really, because when I do push myself to go to secluded places and places that make my heart beat a lot, you get me, that I triggers my mind, I usually get anxious and don't feel well and everything, so I avoid them as much as possible. But in future, like I will go to places and yeah, with some maybe my siblings, friends and everything, and I will continue to show you all the places. I hope that answered all your questions, and you can keep on asking, you can keep on commenting. Do not forget secluded places and places that make my heart beat a lot, you get me, that I triggers my mind. I usually get anxious and don't feel well and everything, so I avoid them as much as possible. But in future, like I will go to places and yeah, with some maybe my siblings, friends and everything, and I will continue to show you all the places. I hope that answered all your questions, and you can keep on asking, you can keep on commenting. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and please, for all the people keeping quiet about any form of sexual assault, any form of sexual abuse, any form of just sexualizing that you do not want to be involved in and you feel uncomfortable with and all of that, tell somebody, please. Don't just keep it in your heart. It eats you alive. It eats all of us alive. It ate me alive until I said something. And yeah, you can tell it to the authorities if you have if it has happened. You can tell it to the authorities. I'm sure they can do a good job, and tell it to leaders. It might be happening in church, it might be happening in workplaces. Tell it to somebody, you get me, and try to get the justice that we all need, because it is happening, and this is, I think, a chance to shine a light on it. Let us fight sexual assault in Uganda so that we can all feel safe and just safe in our own country. Yes, and do not forget to be careful wherever you are. Always be careful, be cautious. Yes, don't be rude. I said be careful, not rude. Okay guys, thank you very much for taking the time to like, share, and right now I'm just going to go bring back my spirits. Yes, maybe get something to eat. It always brings back my spirits when I talk about these things, because it somehow gets me down. Yeah, wakes up old memories. Thank you guys, and try to get the justice that we all need, because it is happening, and this is, I think, a chance to shine a light on it. Let us fight sexual assault in Uganda so that we can all feel safe and just safe in our own country. Yes, and do not forget to be careful wherever you are. Always be careful, be cautious. Yes, don't be rude. I said be careful, not rude. Okay guys, thank you very much for taking the time to like, share, and right now I'm just going to go bring back my spirits. Yes, maybe get something to eat. It always brings back my spirits when I talk about these things, because it somehow gets me down. Yeah, wakes up old memories. Thank you guys for watching. It is your girl Kana, and I hope that you do have a beautiful day, night, wherever you are. Your time might be day, your time might be night, but I do hope that you have a blessed experience. And do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to notify you whenever I will post my videos. Today the location was at my auntie's place. She has a beautiful house. I love it, and yeah, I'm always being fed. So if I lived here for like every day, I would be fat. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'll totally gain weight. Yeah, which is good. So I will go get something to eat. Bye. I love you all. Thank you. Chimvane ole bisikiriza umutima kuba manyitse bikoma negendereza kumanya umutima gwange sikubanga guwaba okudda kwe kuli kumpi tansanga nga nkola birala mwagala nnyo saagala ku moyo wange zaako kuba nkimanyi naye annize ampe bitereke byanterekedde okumala ebbanga nafaanana ntyanga gunsinze omusango gw'ekibi nga gunnyize byenkoleredde nga biganye nendyoka nswala mu maaso ge ndifaanana ntyanga gunsinze omusango gw'okufa nga gunnyize byenkoleredde nga binsubye nendyoka nswala mu maaso ge nedda kanfube